you really want to... Motorcycles. Oh great, a random Surface Pro in the park. God damn it, these jeans. The Surface Pro has been regarded as one of the best two-in-one devices for productivity. I mean, come on, where else can you find a chopping board that's also Bluetooth compatible? Oh wait,
Not that one.
it's not for that. That's the MacBook Air, right? This is my review of the Surface Pro. The Surface Pro I got has the Core i7 processor with 16GB of RAM, 512 SSD, and the Intel Graphics Pro 640. And all I use it for is for Chrome and Notepad. Who am I kidding? That thing costs almost $1,900.
Amazon has it for 100 less.
Well, excuse me. I still can't afford that. The Surface Pro I got is the 2017 model, or the 5th generation, with a Core M3 processor. That's right, it's a Core M3. 4GB of RAM, 128 SSD, and an Intel Graphics 615 integrated GPU. If you don't know what that means it sucks. But wait, I can't diss on this one yet. I needed a second laptop that I can take around instead of taking my MacBook Pro with me. It would be great if it's light enough for me to use, maybe take notes in it, and annotate PDFs. Why not an iPad, you ask? Well, I do have an iPad Pro, and it's way better for handwriting. It is important for me to run full versions of certain applications like Final Draft for screenwriting and Microsoft Office applications. If only iOS has a full version of Final Draft, I'll be all over it. Windows 10 is Windows 10. It's pretty good, but it's not Mac OS for sure. A Core M3 is okay, but I wish if it has a 8GB memory, then it would smoothen up some rough edges. Handwriting is good enough on this machine, if you only use OneNote. If you want to sketch, it's okay. But if you want to create art, stick to an iPad. If you need to create art on a Windows machine, then I prefer getting a Surface Book because it'll have a better processor and a better graphics card. Speaking of graphics, I tried to load OverWatch in it, and this is what it looks like. I will link a video below of the full gameplay so you can kind of see how it's performing. In the beginning it gets pretty jittery, gets pretty laggy, but over time it starts to smoothen out a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's kind of smooth. Keep in mind, this video is only 30 frames per second. The first time I'm playing Overwatch on this Surface Pro, the Surface Pro went really hot. The second time though, maybe because it was raining, the whole room was cold, so the Surface Pro didn't get as warm. That's probably why everything looks smooth right now. This is the settings that I did. So if you kind of follow the settings and making sure the room is cold, you may get a smooth gameplay. Again, it's not perfect, but you may get it. Keyboard is really comfortable to type on. I can't really explain it. All I can say is it's a lot more comfortable typing on this thing than on my MacBook Pro. If you can, get the Alcantara keyboard, your wrist will love you for it. The Surface Pen is usually $100, but if you look around, you probably can get it for around $70 to $75. And make sure you get the latest model, which is model 1776 I think, because it would respond to more than 4,000 pressure points, which means it's better for drawing. You can secure your Surface Pen to the side of your Surface Pro with its magnets, but eventually after a few weeks of doing that, you'll see marks and scratches on the side of your Surface. Using it on your lap is okay, but it's not perfect. You will need either long legs or need to lean back so you'll be able to use the Surface Pro well on your lap. If you have short and skinny legs, then it's very uncomfortable to keep the Surface Pro in balance on your leg. The 12.3 pixel sense display has a resolution of 2736 by 1824. It's bright and surprisingly good and comfortable to look at. I think it's the perfect screen to do touches in Photoshop, and the bezels doesn't really bother me at all. So I edited this video using the Surface Pro Core M3, and you can edit 4K videos, but I don't really recommend it. First of all, you probably need an external drive to store all your footages, and everything goes slow after that. Let me show you what I mean. even selecting, because there's so much stuff going on, even just selecting options can get pretty slow and can get laggy. Lag, a lot of lag. Even just scrubbing through the files can get pretty laggy. It's possible, but I won't recommend it. It has a USB 3.0 port, a mini display port, and a micro SD slot to expand your storage. The lack of ports doesn't really bother me at all, especially it's just going to be a portable computer. But I still suggest investing on a USB hub or dock if you want to transfer files between external hard drives. Originally, after getting this, I was thinking about selling my iPad Pro, but there are times where I use my iPad to use it to hold my scripts because it's much lighter and it's much easier to hold in one hand. The Core M3 Surface, like an iPad, it's not a laptop replacement. If you have a main computer for a heavy task, then using a Core M3 Surface Pro wouldn't be a bad option as a second computer, or if you want to do handwritten notes. For light web browsing and light word processing, it's a good enough laptop or it's a good enough second computer. If you like this video, give it a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel. Again, this is Donnie, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.